Hello, today we are solving Jan 2022 Unit 2 IAL paper. Question number 2. Evangelos is a bus driver in the seaside town of Sunnymead. He is considering using his lottery winnings of £40,000 to set up his own business providing bus tours. Evangelos has decided between two possible options. Option A is to operate the bus tours using open-top bus around the town. Option B is to operate tours using a mini bus to local beauty spots outside the town. The following information is available for option A. The open top bus tours around the town, okay, is given below. The information for option A is given below. Then calculate the break-even point for option A. The open top bus tours around the town is measured in total sales unit, that is total number of customers for break even to happen, and what is the break even revenue at that point. So let's calculate that. First, what is the break even point? Okay, the break even quantity of customers, okay, he needs to break even quantity of customers, break even point, okay, for customers, break even quantity. For the customers, okay. So what is the break even point, okay, for the customer, okay, what is the number of customers, okay, that needed to have the break even, where they make no loss or profit, okay. They need the break even quantity, break even point for the number of customers, for the number or the quantity or the number of customers, okay, to be sold to come, so that they will have no loss or profit in this option. So what is the number of customers they will need so that they will have no profit or loss, or at least be able to cover their costs, okay. So that is going to be the break even. So let's write that is going to be equal to, so that is going to be equal to fixed cost, the total fixed cost which is there, divided by, okay, contribution per unit. So what is contribution per unit? So that is going to be equal to the selling price, okay, selling price per unit minus, okay, the selling price per unit per customer here, minus variable cost per unit. So here that is the formula, this is the general formula. So here the total fixed cost incurred for all the customers divided by the selling price, okay, what is the selling price per customer, okay, you are offering, and what is the variable cost per customer incurred. So then that will give you the break even point, okay. So now let's calculate the total fixed cost. So total fixed cost, okay, what are the fixed costs we have? Let's calculate here. First it says the tourist season will be 180 days, 6 months, and there will be 4 tours per day, and each tour is going to carry an average of 40 customers. Customers will pay £8 per ticket. This is talking about the sales revenue, okay. Then an open top bus stop will be purchased for £40,000, and it is going to last for 5 years before it's going to be sold for £1,000 scrap value. So this is going to give us the depreciation charge, okay, which is going to be incurred every year. So depreciation charge, depreciation cost, okay, depreciation cost, let's calculate that. So they are saying that's going to be incurred every year, okay, that is going to be included. So £40,000 minus, okay, £1,000 scrap value, okay, divided by number of years. So the number of years is 5 years, so divided by 5 years, So that is going to be equal to, so that is going to be equal to 7,800 pounds. Okay, so that is going to be equal to 7,800 pounds. So this is a type of fixed cost because every year it will be the same cost. It's not dependent on the sales or anything. Next one, the open top bus stop will be serviced every 2 months of the tourist season at a cost of 360 pounds per service. So they are going to operate 6 months. So every 2 months means it is 3 months. So service charge. Service, okay, charge is going to be equal to, so for every 6 out of 2, okay, every 6 out of 2 months they will have to service it 360 per service. So 360 per service, so that is going to be equal to 3 into 360. Okay, 3 into 360, so that is going to be equal to 1080. Okay, 1080. Now this is also fixed. Okay, they know that this is going to be incurred. Then a ticket office will be hired to sell the tickets at a rent of 25 pounds per day. So they are going to operate for 180 days. So the rental cost is going to be equal to, so they are going to operate 180 days, okay, into, and they are going to pay 25 pounds per day. So that is going to be 180 into 25, that is 4,500 pounds. This is also fixed cost and is not dependent on the sales, that's why it's a fixed cost. Then a member staff will be employed to sell the tickets at a salary of 1920 per month. So one staff will be employed and he is going to be there for 6 months. Every month I am going to pay, okay, 1920 pounds as a staff salary. So that is going to be equal to, so for 6 months, okay, every month you are going to pay 1920 per month. So that is going to be equal to 6 into 1920 pounds, that is 11,520 pounds. So this is also fixed cost. Okay. Now a license to operate must be paid to the town authorities 1250 per month. So license also incurs a cost here. So let's write it here, license, okay, for 6 months. For every time you are going to pay 1250 per month. So license cost is going to change here. So the amount is 6 into 1250, so that is 7,500 per month. Okay, and then this is also fixed. Okay, every month you have to pay and is not dependent on the sales. When it becomes dependent on the sales, it becomes a variable cost. So fuel cost for each tour will be 35 pounds. It is to be treated as fixed cost. They have given here. It is also not dependent on the number of tours or the number of customers or the amount of sales happening. So fuel cost, okay, is going to be 35 pounds per tour. Okay, so fuel cost. So he is saying that it is, you have to find, this is 35 pounds per tour. So how many tours are they making? They are making 180 days. Okay, they are operating and there will be 4 tours per day. So 4 tours per day into, okay, this I will replace with number, and they are going to charge, that will be the total number of tours, and they will charge 35 pounds per tour. So that is going to be equal to 25,200. Now let's add up and get the total fixed cost. So the total fixed cost is 7,800 plus 1080 plus 4,500 plus 11,520 plus 7,500 plus 25,200, it is 57,600 pounds. So 57,600 pounds. So this is going to be your total fixed cost. Okay. Then we have to calculate, we know what is the selling price per customer. So let's write it here. Selling price per customer, okay, is equal to, it is 8 pounds for a ticket, and variable cost per customer, so variable cost per customer, that is going to be equal to, okay, variable cost per customer, so that is going to be equal to, here he is saying that, so this is also a fixed cost, fuel cost, okay, and then Evangelos pays himself a wage of 35.7% of all the sales tickets. This is a variable cost because it is going to change with the amount of sales. Okay, whatever is the sales, he is going to get 37.5%. So it is dependent on the sales, his wage is dependent on the sales, and so this is a variable cost. So now variable cost per customer, okay, is going to be equal to 37.5% of this 8 pounds. So one ticket is going to cost 37.5%, assume per customer, okay, what is the thing, he is charging 8 pounds, so that is the variable cost, and that is going to be equal to 3 pounds. So that is going to be equal to 3 pounds. Now let's calculate the break even point, okay, to get the number of customers, so that they don't make either a profit or loss, so that they can cover the costs. Okay. So let's substitute here. We know the total fixed cost, it is 57,600. Okay, the selling price is 8 pounds. Okay, 8 pounds. So let's substitute here the selling price, and the variable cost is 3 pounds. So let's substitute here. So that is going to be equal to 57. So if you calculate, let's calculate one more step here. 57,600. So divided by this thing is going to be 5 pounds. So it is a contribution cost. Okay, you can show this. So that is going to be equal to 11,520 customers. So this many customers have to come okay, in order to cover their fixed cost and variable cost, okay, so that they reach a point where they don't make a profit or loss, okay.